Listen, I've been using the audio strap with my Beyond since their first batch was shipped on September 3rd, 2024. I've used 10 different head straps for the Quest 2, 3, and 3S, and I've used 8 different VR headsets, all with various audio solutions, comfort levels, and design choices. I'm not new to hearing good quality audio, and understand what good quality headphones and speakers can sound like, and I've tried 6 different headphones and IEMs that I would consider worthy of listing here, and a humble home theater setup. This hopefully helps you understand a bit of my background so you can trust that I appreciate a good sounding speaker and know what to look for in a head strap unit regarding functionality, comfort, and that I've used it long enough to give a well-rounded review. So, let's get right on into it. We are going to start with what I found most important, which is some of the quirks and issues with the Beyond audio strap, and things that you will want to most consider before purchasing one for yourself, so that you're well prepared and know what to expect. To start things off, for the Beyond audio strap to sound good, you must get the speakers to touch your ears. The problem here is that when I first put on the audio strap, the speakers did not touch my ears because the speaker arms were too far away and would hover over them. After looking at the instructions on how to adjust the audio strap with the visual illustration on the box, I could not find a way to adjust this area. After some time, I made the decision to bend the metal speaker arms inwards, which had me breaking the plastics during the process. It wasn't until making this review that I realized you can turn the knobs on the side of the audio strap to make these arms go inwards and outwards to get them close to your ear. This is all due to my misunderstanding of how these knobs work, because the illustration isn't all that clear. When I first rotated them, they just swung the arm itself up and down because they were so tight and the friction had this happening. So I figured this is just another way to adjust the swinging action of the arms. Boy oh boy was I wrong, and 10 months later I am realizing I did not need to break my audio strap arms to bring the speaker inwards towards my ears so that they rest comfortably over them. The speakers themselves make a sound when you move your head at times. I'll demonstrate with an audio snippet, so take a listen. This can be an issue and distracting from the immersion VR brings. However, I'm able to adjust the headset in a specific way where this happens much less frequently, or not at all. But this is an issue nonetheless, and another one of those things that I'd like to see improved if they ever make a future model for the audio strap. The speakers do pop out fairly easily. Over the course of my use time, I've had the speakers pop out on me no more than 5 times, which is not too many, but that's because I quickly adapted to the issue and I learned how to handle and mount the audio strap with care. They are easily snapped back in place, but this is an issue that should not exist to begin with. The build quality is pretty good, but things feel fragile, which is mostly due to the lightweight design choices, and I'm totally okay with the overall design here, disregarding the previously mentioned issues, of course. I have to say the speakers dangling from the headset like they do are not ideal, and with them popping out at times, you have to be quite careful about putting it on. My specific head strap is a bit more difficult to put on because I bent the headphone arms inwards. This means I must first place the headset on the bridge of my nose, then grab the speaker arms and hold them outwards to allow them to go over my ears so that they don't get caught, which can push the speaker out of its holster and make them pop out. I then make sure the back cup slides on nicely, and then I can finally adjust the speaker position to ensure they are nice and centered over my ears. This honestly isn't as big of a deal as I'm making it out to be, but this will give you a good idea of how delicate you must handle this audio strap if you want to make sure things don't fall out of place, and I certainly do not want to test the durability, because they aren't cheap. Listen, all of these things are not a deal breaker for me personally. The speakers can be popped back in, and if you're careful when handling and putting on the audio strap, it's not a problem. The speakers popping out so easily means you must delicately put the audio strap on each time, but this is easily adapted to as you continue to use it, and now it's something I don't even think about. The sound which the speakers can make when moved around can probably be fixed if you wedge something between the speaker holsters, but it is not an issue that is big enough for me to fix more permanently, because I can almost always adjust things quickly to alleviate the issue. And the fragile feeling to the headset means it's lightweight to contribute to Bigscreen's core philosophy for the Beyond, which is bringing the most lightweight VR headset to the market and keeping it that way. Of course, I do hope to see improvements in all of these areas if we are to expect an Audio Strap 2 at some point. Alrighty, let's talk about what is good about the Audio Strap now, starting with the sound quality. Quality here is excellent and far exceeded my expectations. But I'll say it again, to get good quality audio, you must have the speaker resting directly on your ear and not hovering over it. Otherwise, you will lose out on a ton of mid-range and a ton of bass. And the bass sounds really, really good, which is what I find the most enjoyable about this Audio Strap. Let's actually start with the bass first. It's definitely not going to be as detailed as something like the DT1990 Pros, but holy moly is it silky smooth and low enough to really enjoy bass-heavy music when playing something like Beat Saber or your favorite musical rhythm game. Some might find the bass cutting a bit deep into the mids at times and filling the air, but this is me being picky and comparing to my headphones that are... let's not talk about this part anymore, actually. Mids are great, vocals are clear, and I have no complaints here. Treble is fine, I had no problems with fatigue, and they're quite enjoyable to listen to, but you aren't going to get the same sparkling highs that many Bayer Dynamic enjoyers love. That being said, these are very well-rounded headphones regarding sound quality, and I do not think many people will be disappointed here. I still prefer my 6XXs or my 1990 Pros for music listening, no doubt, but for VR games, the Audio Strap is very pleasant, and the bass is something different and a little more pronounced, which is nice compared to the more neutral headphones I tend to lean towards. As for volume levels, I'm personally running at 72 out of 100 on the slider, so there's plenty of room to work with here. Soundstage, channel separation, imaging, and all of those other fun nuances which audiophiles love to pick out are nothing to complain about, but also nothing spectacular. Things sound as expected, and I mean this in a good way. I've intentionally sat down and listened to some of my favorite songs while wearing the Beyond Audio Strap, simply to enjoy these headphones for listening. Sure, they don't compare to my 1990 Pros, but I'm sure many of you already understand. Good speakers are good speakers, and there's something to appreciate in all of them. And the Audio Strap speakers are definitely good enough to sit back and appreciate. The dial at the back makes this sound. I never had issues with the dial, it's great, and the Bigscreen logo remains in a static position, which is a nice touch. The speaker arms have quite a wide range of movement, with solid adjustments to get the speaker where it needs to go. But I wish the instructions came with some text as well, because the illustration clearly wasn't enough for me to understand its functionality. There's a cable that connects to your Beyond's USB-C port, and this can be pulled out to the length that you desire depending on your head size, relevant to the length of the strap. This is nice, and keeps things tidy. Comfort is great, and I've used the Audio Strap with hair and without. I've had no issue either way regarding comfort, and I enjoy the minimalistic approach with a single back piece cupping your head. With how lightweight the Beyond is, I never felt the need for a top strap, and things remain secure on my head. I personally made some modifications pretty early on, and I removed the included foam piece that is attached via Velcro to the back of the head cup, and added some pads I had laying around from a Quest 3 head strap unit that I was not using. These pads are more hygienic and much easier to clean, and they're great, but they do add some thickness to the back of the head strap, which means I must bring the speakers forward to their maximum distance on the speaker arms. Luckily, things fit perfectly for me at this extended length, so I can use the modified pads without issue. With everything said in this review, I have no regrets of my purchase, and I enjoy using it every time I hop in VR with my Beyond. Can things be improved? Absolutely. There's no doubt about that, but at the end of the day, I was able to adjust and adapt to every issue I had without any concerns. The Audio Strap keeps things lightweight and comfortable, has great audio that has me satisfied, and keeps me immersed in VR. If you want to see my incredibly detailed review of the Bigscreen Beyond 1, I will leave links to that in the description of this video. It's definitely worth checking out, even if you've watched many of the other reviews out there, because I don't hold back with its quirks, and when I say I go into detail, I definitely mean it. With the Beyond 2 coming out, yes, there are some major differences regarding the lenses, of course, but a lot of similarities still remain, and I think the Beyond 1 review is still relevant in a lot of the things I discuss. If you like this video, give it a like. It helps me out a bunch, thank you. And if you want to see more videos just like this, remember to subscribe to the channel as well. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.